Right. Okay. Now, yesterday I was doing a live stream, and it got so cold it turned my phone off after 14 minutes. So hopefully we'll be able to get through this before it shuts off. So with no further ado, I'm going to explain the process of how to put a bullnose on tile, granite. It don't matter what it is, a 2x4. I use this for my car. Hey, bro, range 92308. I do this on oak tread when I'm doing a staircase. I use a palm sander. I don't use a grinder device, but nonetheless, the whole thing, it all applies. It's just a little more difficult and awkward using this grinder. But as you see, if you've seen my other video, I put up on doing my shelves. So with no further ado, let's get to this. All right, these are my different blades. This is a smooth finish diamond blade right here at the edge. It's little diamond fragments that are embedded, okay? Now, something I want to point out here on this is a metal fiber blade, okay? And here it says RPMs. Okay, and it says don't exceed, let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry. Right here. It says don't exceed 13,500 RPMs. Okay. Now, because you don't want it to blow apart. And this also says, this one says right here, warning, max, okay, it's 13,300 RPMs, all right? And this is for metal, okay? And it says metal right there, okay? Now, on the grinder, it will tell you this operates at 1,100 RPMs. Okay, so we're good. All right. Okay. So now we're going to put an edge. This is just a scrap piece of tile I'm using. Now, what I've done is I've taken a mat. This is a carpet mat. All right. So it's laying on a piece of carpet mat to start with. Okay. And this is a piece of plywood here. Okay. I'm clamping it down to. All right. And so I'm going to get this phone put up here on its stand. And, okay. So again, if this shuts off, it's only because it's got so cold it turned itself off. All right. As you see, it's pretty hazy out here. All right. Okay. Now, what I have underneath all this is you sometimes, especially when you're learning, you'll save material if you make a template, okay? This is a shelf template for a shampoo niche or shampoo shelf, all right? This is just a template for that. ATJH Travels, hey, thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate that. So sometimes you want to make a template, and that's what this is. So you lay this on your tile, trace it out, and then cut it, all right? I have many videos on doing that. That was dirty. All right, now, when you grind, I'm going to show you. You don't want it flat. When it's on the grinder, okay, you want this at about a 3-degree up, all right? And you lock your wrists in place. You lock them in place and you hinge at the elbow, okay? You hinge at the shoulder, but you lock your arms in place so you keep that angle, okay? And it looks like I'm flat, but I'm not. I'm up. The angle that I have on this would be flat, okay? And so I have this up at about a 3-degree angle. Maybe a 5-degree angle, okay? But when you see it this way, and it's facing the other direction, it's hard to tell what you're seeing. All right. So I wanted to point that out. And again, when I'm on the bottom, I have it at a slight angle, which is hard to tell because you've got this machine in the way and it looks like it's flat. I mean, on the bottom, you can hit it flat. And then you slowly come around as we work this bullnose. And then on this side, which you don't see, okay, we're up about like about like this, okay, 3 to 5 degree angle here at this edge, okay, and you lock your wrists in place and you hinge at the elbows, hinge at the shoulders, and you keep your hands in the same spot, and that gives you control. All right, I did a video yesterday, and when I went to edit it, the DU recorder ate my video. It totally said, oh, it didn't download, and it stole my video or deleted it, and it didn't work. So now, on here, when you go forward, you use the back side of the blade. When you pull it back to you, you tilt it slightly forward, and you work the front of the blade on the way back. Or you can just do either stroke, and just do a back motion, okay? And that might be easier when you're starting out. Actually pull it towards yourself. Okay, now these blades, these on granite, these polish granite. When you use these metal grinding, and they also have big stones that'll mount. There are different grits when you're doing granite. And it will actually polish the edge, okay? And that's what they're used for. But we're going to do a little test here. So let me get this set up. All right, now this one, this one screws on. This one, you just got to use the regular bolt for that. And if you notice here, I'm using a pad that's going to go underneath my clamp. And I'm going to pull this edge out where I can work that edge. Okay, and I've got probably good, let's see, how much do I have here? I've got 2.5 inches. That should be good. Okay, about 2.5. But this is hanging out, right? Hanging out over here. Okay. Okay, so let's quit talking and let's get the job. Let's do this. Okay, I'm clamping my clamp over here on this other side. And good and firm. Not tight, just firm. That's firm. Okay. And that's why we have this carpet pad underneath. All right. We have this carpet pad here to give it that cushion. All right. And we're going to put a carpet pad down. I need to bring it this way. It's over that way a little too much. Okay. And well, it may not work with this. I may have to just roll with the flow and get it the best I can and make it work here. Again, this is just a demonstration, an explanation. All right. This is a tutorial video. I've got my glasses and I have my mask. Don't use the paper mask. The paper mask, air, dust gets sucked in up here through the nose. On the paper one, are really a joke. This is the kind you really want, or better than this. Maybe the screw-on canisters. But I found that this does a pretty good job. All right, you may and may not be able to hear me. So here we go. One second. All right. I'm going to put a slight angle. Like, yeah, forward stroke. Now I'm going to start working the bottom and bringing it up and around and meeting it in the center. Now, what we find here is this doesn't really do the job, okay? And it also gives you a little tattered edge along the edge, okay? So now let's see the difference with the diamond blade. All right, now when you use this diamond blade, they're really thin, all right? So you have to use a bushing to tighten it up. That's not the bushing. So this goes on here. This has a little ribbed place, all right, here, where this fits and locks it in place. There you go. Now, this is the shim. The two thin washers. You can usually use one washer, but having a second washer gives it just a little bit more thickness, which allows you to get this blade good and tight. All right, so these go on top like this. All right, bigger to smaller. Okay. And you want this good and snug. Cool little big family. Thanks for being here. Now that's good and snug. You lock here, you press, you turn, you get it in the lock position, and you tighten it up. Got a little big family. Thank you for being here, everyone. All right, now watch the difference that this diamond blade does, and this is a smooth diamond blade. You do not want to use. See the notch. See the notches in the blade. This will chip your tile, granite. You don't want to. This is for cutting. This is a tile cutting blade, a granite cutting blade. That's what that's basically for. And then these are polishing pads. These are diamond impregnated rubber polishing pads. All right, this is I believe it's 100 grit, okay? All right, now let's watch the difference. And don't forget to do a playback so you can see all the details. Then to do the top, halfway down, the bottom, halfway up. Using the back side on the forward, the front edge on the back. Now I want you to see what I'm seeing. Now I'm going to take this edge out right here. We're going to take that out right now. You see how it's kind of scratched? All right, here we go. All right, now let's take a look at this. You can see the bullnose forming, all right? You can see it taking shape right now. All right. Now we're going to take a palm sander and we're going to eliminate all these little tatters, all these little chatter marks. This is chatter. We're going to get rid of that. And this is why you don't want to use this cutting blade, okay? With this cutting blade, you can actually crack and break your tile, all right? Especially if you're trying to cut. So this is for cutting, tile, granite, etc., all right? And I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. All right, now I'm going to put a 60 grit sanding pad on my sandpaper on my palm sander. All right. And we're going to go over that edge. Okay. One second, got to feed the squirrels. We're feeding the squirrels. All right, let's give you a better view of this, of what's going on. I'm trying to zoom out. Got to get this zoomed out. Thank you everyone for being here. You're welcome. It's my pleasure to share this with you guys. All right. This is what people are not showing you on YouTube. They're not showing you how to do this. Now, let's take a close look at that. And I just started to sand. Look how minimal that chatter is. And here the chatter's basically gone. All right, just a little more work. I got to apply a little more pressure in this area. All right, but here you can see it's next to nothing. All right. Okay, let's get to it. Thank you for being here, everybody. And you might want to do a replay so you see the whole, everything that I'm doing, what's and how to do this. Okay, bear with me. Okay. Okay, now let's take an up close and personal look at this. Where's the chatter? Gone. 60 grit sandpaper. Thanks for having us. It's dead here today. Through folks, close and personal. Okay. Now, if we look down that edge, okay, nice and straight. Okay. Let's go back over what I did. All right. I worked this from the top. It wasn't flat. On the front side, I was up about 3 to 5 degrees. Okay. On this front edge, it's not flat, but about 3 to 5 degrees here. And then you pull it across using the front part of your blade. If you go forward, you use the heel or the back side of the blade. Okay, you lock your wrist, you pivot and hinge at the elbow. All right, you hinge at the elbow. You just pull it and push it. Locking your wrist in place. All right. The bottom. You can go flat on the bottom, then come up about 5 degrees, and then 5 degrees, and then about 5 degrees, and about 5 degrees, and about 5 degrees, about 5 degrees, and you keep working it in about 5 degrees increments till you're back and you're up off of this about 3 to 5 degrees off the face. Okay? And you stop right at this edge, and you keep your eye on the edge of your tile, of your saw blade. Okay? All right, so trying to turn this around. There we go. Didn't last. Here we are. All right, now, so does anybody have any questions? Because I know this is something not everybody understands. Most tilers can't do this. This is something you learn if you work with granite and are in a granite shop where you're buffing and making bullnose on granite by hand. Or if you do staircases and you're doing finish work and you're working on your tread. Most of the time we use a router bit that goes in a router and you run it across the top of your edge of your bullnose for your tread, and then you catch the bottom, creates a bullnose, and you palm sand it, or you create bullnose by hand in the event that you don't have one or it broke or you left it at home or somebody's using it. You can do this method like you saw me taking out the chatter off that edge with the palm sander. The same technique is used for creating a bullnose on the edge of oak, maple. Like I said, you could even do it on a 2x4 if you had a need to do that. Because you're not going to get a router bit big enough to give a 2x4 a bullnose. You could start it with the front, the top and the bottom, but it's going to be bad. But you can palm sand and create the bullnose on a 2x4 if necessary. I'm just saying. You can do this on anything is my point. Maybe I'll have to do a video on it. Take a 2x4 and say, look, you can do this on a 2x4. Look, watch this, right? And I won't. If I do that, I won't go live. It's too much dead time, when you go live, and it's going to take you a few minutes to put a bullnose on a 2x4. Although because it's a soft material, and if you were to use like the 60 grit, 40 grit, you'd cut it down really quick. And then you could start hitting it like with the 120, a 100 or 80. If you went to 60 and you wanted to make it smooth, 40, 60, right? The next I would use would be an 80, then like a 100 or 120. And after the 120, you can go 220, 320, You can use an auto body scuffing pad to finish it. I mean, I did that with the oak fork that I made. I finished it off with the auto body. It's like a Brillo pad, and finished it off with that using some flaxseed oil. Walker Outdoors has that. He has a video on it. On little shout out, I guess, when he got the oak fork that I made and sent to him. That's Walker Outdoors. But it's down through his videos now. You have to go look for it. But nonetheless, bullnosing, you can do this by hand. It's becoming a lost art. People that know how to do this, they're not putting it on YouTube if they have a YouTube channel. It's not something they're going to want you to know or teach you. I don't think these arts should be lost. These arts shouldn't die with the artist. I think the artist should pass on their knowledge and share and show, just like I've spent the time here to do this tutorial of how to create a bullnose. I have my series I'm doing with my pedestal sink and putting in my shelving. I've shown it. I didn't explain it in detail like I did today, and that's why I stopped to explain it in detail. my other videos, but you can see what I'm doing. You can see how I'm doing it. You want to put your bullnose on your tile before you cut it, because you're at high risk of it breaking if you put your bullnose on. I mean, if you cut your tile first, if it's cut, you got notches in it and stuff. Do your bullnose first. If it's just a straight piece and you're going to cut it shorter, it don't matter. I broke one of my tiles doing a video. Well, I was doing the video because I notched it out first, and I'll show you that right now. I was doing this video, working on this particular piece of tile right here. You see the ear, I already had it cut out. Snap the other ear off. That's not supposed to be straight. All right. And here's the ear that broke off. I mean, look at that. That wasn't supposed to happen. But that video I eliminated. Well, I didn't. It's on standby anyway. So if you're doing a notching stuff out, do your bullnose first. Then notch it out. I'm going to do my next video. Well, I could do it now since you guys are here. We can cut this ear up, but the layout takes time. Everything just takes so much time, and but I'm going to have to lay it out. I'll probably just use this here for my template. You just take this example. I'll show you an example. 1 second. One second, let me get this set up. While we're sitting here talking, I can at least do this. I think this won't take any time really. All right, so you take your tile. This is my bullnose. All right, so that's my front of my edge. I'm gonna flip it over onto its back, right? Okay. Now I'm going to turn this camera around. Okay, so bear with me. Sorry for that face shot. All right, I'm thinking that should do it. I'm going to show you how to lay this out. This is why templates really come in handy. If you have a template pre-made, you save yourself the possibility, especially if you're new to all this. Templates save instead of making a mistake and cutting it wrong and throwing this piece away, having to go buy another one or using up, your material. Make a cardboard template. For example, this is an old one. This was for a pot shelf. This is for a shampoo shelf. It's a template I have in my shower, for my shower. All right. Just lay it on here. This is my nose. This is the nose. Okay. Get this put on, get it right where you want it, take your pencil and trace it out. Okay, and then cut it. All right. Now with this one here, I can take this, and with that ear broken off, since they're both the same length, all right, since both of them are the same length, I get this right here where I want it, set up, I trace this out, right? Then I flip it over, get all my pencil lines lined up with this side, and then trace out the other side, okay? And that becomes a template. So, appreciate you guys being here. Now, if I wasn't going to lay this out, if I wasn't using a template, okay? Now, this ear is 3 inches wide. All right. So I would come down here, come to my edge, mark this edge at 3 inches. Okay, but what's the length of it here? The length is 3 3/4. Okay, so then I would come over here at the top and mark 3 3/4. All right. I would come down here to the bottom, the 3 3/4 here. I would bring this out, mark it here, take a straight edge, bring it down, mark it, and I'd have my ear. And you'd have the line from your side marked in here with your pencil, and so you'd have your outline then, okay? And so that's basically how that's done. If you have any questions, hit me up, and maybe I should do a video on how to lay it out and do that for those that are not real sure how to go about doing it. So I appreciate everyone that's here. Is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Any questions on this at all? Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Have you done anything like this? Waiting for a response. Well, for those that see this video after the live stream, my car Ranger 92308, pretty explanatory. Okay, good. But you know, for someone that may have no, all right, and they want to do something like this, you know, they can take this information and they can practice. They could, you know, use a piece of plywood actually to practice on, you know, which would represent tile. Cardboard, well, cardboard for laying stuff out and getting a feel for it and understanding it. Cardboard, you can dime a dozen, you know, cheap, free even. You could use cardboard to lay out and learn how to do patterns. And that wouldn't cost you nothing at all. But most people have some kind of plywood or wood around to, you know, practice with. But layout is layout. Once you understand it, you understand it. For those that don't. Those that do, it's a piece of cake, right? It's like riding a bicycle. I mean, you couldn't ride a bicycle. Watching looked easy till you got on those two wheels. Or, you know what I'm saying? Wham! You hit the ground. There goes your knees, your palms. Remember those days. But right, it's like riding a bicycle. Once you know, you know. It's a piece of cake. Learning it is a whole nother animal. So I say practice. And if I can say one thing that's across the board, it don't matter what you're doing in the construction field, straight and even. Straight and even. Level, straight and even. Is big things. You want to make things straight and you want them even. Level as well. Plumb and level. And plumb is vertical. Level is vertical. Okay. Plumb is vertical. Level is vertical. Okay. And so these are just, you know, some basic things just to keep in mind for those that are learning. And, or maybe you've been doing this for a while and, you know, nobody's really told you much. You know, you're just trying to roughing it through, you know, getting through it and making it happen the best you can. So for those that are struggling and haven't had anyone to really show them or explain it, you know, this is here for you as well. And, you know, this is going to be, and those that know, you can pick up some things that you may not have learned, or you can tell me some things that I haven't mentioned, you know, and share with me. I don't know everything, that's for sure. I've had to figure things out myself. So I'm sharing that with you. So I'm out of here. You might want to go back and take a look at my series on setting up the pedestal sink and my shelving. The shelving is what I'm working on. I'm going to be doing a video that I'll be uploading. I'm not going to be live. After I'm going to shut this one down. Oh, this will be uploaded. But after I get done with this video here, I'm going to cut the tile that I just bullnosed. I'm going to put the ears. Okay, I'm going to cut the ears off, and then I'm going to do my second shelf. All right, and this will become my second shelf. I'm just going to cut off this ear right here. All right, and I'm going to put this in as my second shelf. But my shelves are going to be a little different than most, and so you'll have to come check that out. And on the pedestal series, it's actually a bathroom accessory shelf, I'm calling it. If it was in a shower, it would be called a shampoo shelf or a shower niche. But because it's above the pedestal sink and it's for your shampoo or your toothpaste, toothbrush, you know, makeup, whatever, kind of like a medicine cabinet, an open medicine cabinet, I'm just calling it an accessory shelf. And I have some videos up showing what I'm doing. And this will be the finish. I'm going to be using subway tile. And my shelves here. And it's different. It's one of a kind. And I look forward to hearing from you after the live stream. And like, share, subscribe if you haven't. And comment. Put it in a playlist. And I look forward to hearing from you. So thanks for your time. I hope this is helpful. God bless, take care, and never give up, because there's always a way, always. And united we stand, and united we're making it happen here on YouTube. Bye for now, and God bless. Do the replays, and you'll see what you've missed. Bye for now, and bye. Please leave a comment so I can go back to your channel. Trying to get this. All right, everybody. Catch you on the